A winter storm warning is in effect for our area. Currently in our area, 30 degrees under sunny skies. Here's our local Doppler radar. For tonight, chance of snow showers overnight. Low 23. Winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of snow 50%. And on Thursday, occasional snow showers. High 35. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of snow 70%. And Thursday night, snow likely. Low 27. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. 3 to 5 inches of snow expected. And on Friday, cloudy with snow showers mainly during the morning. High 29. Our week ahead.
Well, we are tracking Winter Storm Nemo. New York City, you will get some snow and wind out of this one. We'll talk about the timing plus the impact this half hour on Weather Center Live. And thanks for staying with us on Weather Center Live. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Kelly Cass. Winter Storm Nemo could be our biggest and most impactful named winter storm to date. It will target a very populated area with significant snow, possibly even feet of it.
Yeah, in fact, New York City, you have some snow coming your way as well. Let's head straight to our storm tracker, Jim Cantori, who is tracking Nemo. Jim?
Yeah, guys, and some big decisions need to be made. Emergency managers, school superintendents, even airports, Boston and New York specifically, because what we deal with on Friday morning will be almost a 180 from what we will have by Friday afternoon and Friday evening. I mean, that's how bad the weather is expected to go downhill during the day. So potentially err on the side of getting everybody out of harm's way early, even before the storm starts. All right, let's focus a little bit more on New York. We've been talking about Boston, 12 to 24 plus. All right, Worcester County, Hartford, Providence, you're all in the game here. But New York City, of course, has had we had that one little storm on November 7th and 8th there with Athena, 4.7 inches, of course, right after Sandy, which was the last thing we needed. But the rest of the season, we've only had 2.7 inches. So there you go, 7.4 for the season. Yes, we're below average. All right, if we get blizzard warnings added to the game, they will be somewhere in this region. All right, so it's up to the office in gray. And it's up to the office in New York City to add these other areas, and they will do that at their discretion. But right now, the only blizzard watches are out for Boston, down to Providence, and, of course, inside the 495. Everybody all the way to the Worcester County line is in the game. We've got the energy. We can see it. Some of it over Montana, some of it over Texas. Forbes was talking about what's happening there. The two shall become one off the East Coast, and as this happens, you'll see these two systems gel together. We call this phasing, but typically what happens is the northern branch energizes the southern branch. And when you combine a system with cold air to the north with a system with moisture and energy to the south, you can get a blockbuster, and that's what we're looking at. So here we go. These two X's represent the centers, if you will, the cold pools here, and notice what happens as we go toward Friday. The two shall become one, and typically if you were to analyze this from a surface standpoint, you've got a surface low-pressure system that's going to travel up to what we call the benchmark area, which is this 40-70 area just south of Boston, and that's where you usually get some of your biggest snowfall totals for Boston. So everything coming together here certainly for a very high-impact event. 2 rush hours worth again on Friday in Boston, and certainly a Saturday morning that is going to be one where many are going to be stuck home. So the northern energy here, 3 to 6 inches in Green Bay down to Milwaukee, even though we may see some higher totals here, 6 to 12 on over towards Saginaw Bay. By the time all is said and done, the potential for 2 feet. Worcester County into, again, the 495 area. Of course, Boston, you could be a part of this as well. Up through Jaffrey, New Hampshire, up into Portland, Maine, all into this. And depending on when we get the changeover in New York, we could have anywhere from 1 to 3 inches to 3 to 8 inches. All right, that'll be a big difference as to when we get. But the key is to stay off the roads Friday afternoon and Friday evening, because the changeover will be occurring, not to mention the blizzard part of this storm will start to unfold as we get into Friday night for eastern New England. So that's when you just want to be home and safe and ready to hunker it out and do a lot of shoveling the next day, because, Kelly, it looks like we're going to be shoveling some deep snow here come Sunday. Back to you.
Jim, thank you. You know, tomorrow is the day to prepare for this storm. We're talking specifically about New York City right now, where it's a beautiful sunset underway right now. Winter storm watch is going into effect, and that means you've got the potential of seeing at least 6 inches of snow. But as Jim mentioned, it's not just the amount of snow you're going to get, it's the wind. It's going to be blowing that snow all over the place, and it could be gusting as high as 55 miles per hour. So let's talk about the timing now for New York City as we look at the island of Manhattan right here. Friday, windy, rain initially, possibly mixing with that snow. Accumulations will be possible as the day goes on, with those temperatures starting out in the upper 30s. But then Friday night is when it gets crazy here in New York City with all that wind and snow. Again, as Jim mentioned, it depends on the track to determine exactly how much we do accumulate. Temperatures falling through the upper 20s. And keep in mind, the winds are going to be especially fierce Friday night into Saturday as that snow will wind down, the clouds begin to break up, and those high temperatures only in the lower 30s. Paul?
Right now, parts of 12 states under winter weather watches or warnings, all in anticipation of Winter Storm Nemo, a significant and potentially crippling nor'easter.
Find out where you will likely see blizzard conditions, more than a foot of snow, and treacherous travel, especially for your Friday rush hour. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live halfway through the week. Good evening, everyone. 6 o'clock Eastern, now 5 p.m. Central, and we are tracking newly named Winter Storm Nemo, what will become a powerful nor'easter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Crystal Egger.
And I'm Chris Warren. This is setting up to be what could be a blockbuster of a storm. When it's all said and done, parts of the Northeast will be digging out from a foot, maybe even feet of snow.
And you factor in the strong winds, and that's why we're concerned about blizzard conditions. This is our exclusive Weather Channel's winter weather watch, and you can see from places such as New York City, across Long Island, up to Albany, Bangor, Maine. We want you to be aware of this storm. It is going to impact you. It will disrupt travel, and be on alert across New England, especially Boston. We've got a bullseye there for some heavy snow and some very strong winds.
And the man you're likely to see somewhere in the blue in the coming days, right here, Storm Tracker Jim Cantori. But for now, we have him here in our Global Forecast Center, keeping an eye on things. Jim.
Chris and Crystal, this is the 35th anniversary of the blizzard of '78, which pretty much was the storm that brought me into meteorology. I couldn't believe how much snow we had, and we are certainly looking down the barrel at another potential blockbuster storm like that. Will we get 2 feet or more, which has only happened 4 times in terms of Boston snowfall events? Possibly. This could be the 5th one here.